welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and these are my shelves. And I said welcome or welcome back, but this is sort of like a welcome because I've been away for a while. And by a while, I mean like 5 or 6 months. Who's counting? Certainly not me. And this is sort of my reintroduction video because I have been MIA, and every time I would get the urge to make a post and be like, where I've been, I would simply not do it and hide and run. But I'm back-ish, kind of. We'll get into that. First things first, if you have been on my channel before, you will notice that this is a brand new setup. I actually have multiple shelves, and you can probably hear thumping in the background. My cat is up in his cat tree, just rolling around, having a good time. And in addition to rolling around and having a good time, he's actually playing with the blinds, which is just great. He's basically ruined my blinds, but I love him and that's fine. So yes, first things first, brand new shelves. These are the Billy shelves from IKEA. I have 3 of them. You can see, can you see? Yeah, you can see all 3 in the shot. I have a more complete picture on my Bookstagram, and I'm super excited to now be Shelves of Samantha officially. And I feel like now with Billy bookshelves from IKEA, I am a BookTube, Bookstagram girly. So I finally made it, but as one might surmise, the change in my background is not the only reason that I have been gone. In the last few months, I have had a lot of life changes, a lot of things happening. If you follow me on Bookstagram, you probably know about most of them. My grandmother passed away back in May. That was really hard for me. She lived to be 100, which is amazing and awesome. And even though you know when you have a loved one that gets older, you're like, they live this amazing, incredible life. Like my grandmother was born when Warren Harding was president, and she got to vote for FDR, and she lived through like 27 presidents. Anyway, my grandma was a badass, but that doesn't make it any easier when they pass away. But I do live across the country from my family, so I wasn't able to be there, which sort of added to it. One of my cats also got very injured and very sick, and that's part of why I have this new filming space, because he is currently living in my office because my indoor cat Humphrey, who is approaching me right now, hates other cats. He's done really well with River, but basically River came home one day with a giant abscess on his tail. It took weeks to fix, and he had infections. He had ringworm for 3 weeks. I had to I work from home, quite literally move my home office out here. And we only recently moved it back so I could build these shelves. So I have been feverishly taking care of a sick cat with the help of my wonderful girlfriend for the last 2.5 months. So that has also been a strain. And in addition to that, just the everyday pressures of life. And I've also been going on a journey realizing that I am in fact an autistic woman, and I am currently on the journey to getting a proper autism assessment. Self-diagnosis is pretty widely accepted, especially among women in the autism community. And that's because assessments are actually really hard to get. And cue me finding out that an autism assessment costs like $4 grand and insurance doesn't cover it. So that's gonna be a fun one to try to work out. So that's where I am with that. You know, in addition to having the garden variety mental health struggles of generalized anxiety disorder and depression, there's the reckoning with the fact that I do believe I am an autistic woman, and so much of my life has come into focus, and how I see the world has made a lot more sense. The way I function has made a lot more sense. And if you suspect that you are an autistic person and you take one of those assessments and then you have like a neurotypical relative or friend take it, the difference is startling. If my mother watches this, hi mom, I know you got a 1 on that test. Meanwhile, I got an 8. And on a less serious note, I also found, and I don't know if you will be able to see it, but my first gray hairs. I am not even 26 yet. So when I tell you that sent me into a bit of a spiral, I don't cry about it, but I cry about it on the regular, the fact that I'm already growing gray in my mid-20s. I love that for me. That's where I've been. I've been having some reckonings with how my brain functions, some reckonings with grief and care, all while just trying to be a normal person working a 9-to-5 job and still making content over on my Bookstagram, which you should definitely be following me on. I am Shelves of Samantha over there too, and I'm much more regular with my content. I usually post at least 2 times a week. So definitely go over there and follow me. You're missing out on a lot of cute cat content, but you are probably here because either the algorithm put me in your feed or you're subscribed to me, in which case I'm grateful for both. Thank you so much for being here. But all that is to say, I am going to start making BookTube content again semi-regularly. Drum roll please, round of applause. If there's suddenly some loud background noise, that would be because my air conditioning kicked on. I live in Southern California where it is ungodly hot in the month of August. So while some booktubers are willing to suffer for their craft and turn off the air conditioner while they film, I'm not. So apologies if you can hear some low grumbling in the background, but the air conditioner is staying on. Right now, I'm planning to upload 2 videos per month, more than likely every other week, but I may change that if, something just changes in my schedule. Not that my life is super demanding, but, being a human is hard. Twice a month is a really reasonable benchmark for me, but it was one that was hard for me to come to because everyone knows that the algorithm will prioritize you if you upload once a week. And once a week is a lot. It's a lot to film, and more than that, it's a lot to edit. I find that I enjoy the filming a lot more than the editing. The editing is just such a mindless slog, and I need to be stimulated when I'm doing work, and it's not the kind of thing where I can have something in the background other than white noise. So I'm just staring at myself talking as I edit. It's not fun, but that's neither here nor there. The point is I am aiming to upload twice a month for now. I might up that number if I feel like I can handle it, or I might just stick to twice a month and surprise you guys with videos whenever I feel inspired. So that brings me to what I'm hoping my content will look like. I do intend to keep doing monthly reading wrap-ups. In the beginning of my channel, I had the bright idea that I was going to do a dedicated video for every single book review. I quickly put the kibosh on that just one, wasn't fun, and two, I found myself really playing to the algorithm. The algorithm wants your video to be 10 minutes, so I was really trying to make those videos 10 minutes, and it's not always easy. The monthly reading wrap-ups are a lot easier on me, and I think they're also a lot easier on you because you shouldn't have to go hunt down through every single one of my videos to find a certain book review. The monthly reading wrap-ups are clean, quick, dirty, all that good stuff. I like that I said clean and dirty in the same sentence. But the monthly reading wrap-ups will definitely be part of my content going forward. And then I'm hoping to have a bit more video essay content. My Little Free Library video, I know it's not considered viral, but I'm in the thousands of views there. That's considered minor viral to me, minor viral illness, like a little chest cold. That's a really labored metaphor, but stick with me here. That video did really well, and is my like to dislike ratio on that absolutely wrecked? Yes. Do I still get comments on that frequently? Yes. Are some of those comments a little bit mean? Yes. No one's been outright mean, but some people have been very critical without finishing the entire video, which is always fun when I get to comment and say, if you watched to this point in the video, da 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 da. But I digress. My point is that I really enjoyed making that video. I enjoyed scripting more long form content. And even though it's, again, the like to dislike ratio, we're sitting at an even 50-50. I don't think I said anything that controversial, but it's fine. I do want to do more content like that. I know probably 6 months ago at this point, I talked about doing a video about book bans. That is definitely on my radar. And one of the things I love doing on my Bookstagram is sort of having more discussion-based posts. I recently did one about cleaning out your TBR. I've done some unhauling content, things like that. I want to sort of be a little bit more thought-provoking than I have been. I also want to talk more about just the bookish community, my experience in it, where I think the bookish community is amazing, where I think it falls short, where I think it can be better, and just sort of a little bit more meta commentary. And at some point, I would really like to branch out a little bit away from bookish content and make some social commentary videos. Those are some of my favorite. I love content about fundies, Christian fundamentalists. Fundy Fridays, amazing, love her channel. Rachel Oates, amazing, love her channel. I love stuff like that. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna move into that niche completely, but that kind of content that's very discussion-based, thought-provoking, long form, I really enjoy watching that, and I would really like to challenge myself to make that at some point, but that's a bit more of a distant goal. For now though, it's mostly going to be monthly reading wrap-ups as well as some more discussion-based content, and I will definitely still do hauls, definitely unhauls. I actually will be selling some books on Pango very soon, so that might be good content for an unhaul. You all know I love to unhaul books that I don't enjoy and get rid of them, because while I now have a vast amount of space on my shelves, some books just aren't worthy of staying on there, so I'd like to kick them out. My channel has been lying fallow for a long time, and I really want to thank everyone who has stuck with me and stayed subscribed, even though I sort of just went radio silent for a really long time. It means a lot that people stuck with me. I'm sure some people just did it by accident, but I like to think there are a few people out there who are like, I know Shelves of Samantha will make a video again, and I'll be there when it drops. So here you go. I'm back with fewer expectations for myself. I was very much drowning under the weight of my own self-imposed expectations, and it was taking the joy out of creating this content. And in doing this kind of soft reboot, it's not really that much of a soft reboot, the content's the same, the background's different, all the cats are the same. I am hoping that I can find the joy in that content again, in the way that Bookstagram brings it to me. And I want to reach out and become more of an active member of the BookTube community. I was very much just sort of on an island by myself, not really reaching out to people. And that's something I want to do too. So if you are watching this and you're part of the BookTube community, leave a comment, tell me your favorite book, tell me anything. I want to engage, I want to be part of the conversation more, and I don't want to just be talking at you, I want to be talking with you. Most likely my next video will be the unhaul. I have a pile of probably 20 books or so in my hallway because I didn't want to put them on the shelf, of books that again I will be selling on Pango, so I will probably be going through those one by one, and then hopefully after that an August reading wrap up, and a little bit further down the line I would love to expand on a post I did on Instagram probably a few weeks ago about cleaning out your TBR, books that I took off of my TBR and why, and even though TBRs aren't actually like an ironclad commitment, why they feel that way. So I am really looking forward to making all those new videos with my beautiful aesthetically pleasing background. I really cannot emphasize enough how much I love this background. I really wanted to spray paint these shelves pink because I did see the Barbie movie and it's officially my whole personality. I bought 2 Barbie shirts. I bought a You Are Enough bumper sticker, and I want to get a doormat that says welcome to my Mojo Dojo Casa house. That's neither here nor there. But I am going to stop here. Thank you all so much again for sticking with me during this time where I haven't really been around. I am so looking forward to jumping back into this space, making content and making new connections within the bookish community. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.